Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Arcade Avengers, where I am your host, KRayPG. Alright, let's see what we want. I guess I'll go for this. I was kind of considering what it is that I want. I need to do a little bit better about that opening carousel in general, especially when I'm recording. I always forget to start my recording now, right before all that stuff starts, so I could probably improve that. However, we are in another episode today, guys. We are playing some more teamfight tactics as we continue to level up our account into platinum level, which is the same level as my main. And what I thought might be fun doing is actually just making this a series where I post a good bit of my games that I end up playing as I make my way in towards platinum, or not platinum, diamond, because that's my next big mark, if you will, of what I'm trying to hit. And so if I could end up hitting that, that'd be great. And it's kind of what I thought. I'd show you guys that whole journey. So that's what we're gonna try to accomplish here. See how that all goes. But anyways, in the meantime, we're continuing working on my ability to keep a solid train of thought while also being able to strategically plan my game out, which has proven to be harder than I'd like to admit, but I think that we're getting a hang of it. Getting the hang of it. What I might just do is this. Give ourselves a Space Pirate start. But I also want a chance to be able to work around other compositions. So I don't think we're going to do Space Jam today, because it is not a bad comp, but I'd like to work out other stuff. Ooh, I sold the Leona and then failed my purchasing of the other guy. That was pretty poorly executed by me. And to that end, that was a big mistake. We're gonna buy some protectors maybe, and we can use them at some point. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We sold off some pretty useful units for the early game in the chance of trying to get some gold with my pirates here. So we need to make sure that there was some use out of that we don't end up... my Kazakh's killed 2 of the units. He is pretty strong, but that means that I don't get the gold that come off the space pirates. I'm gonna hold on to this extra Kazakh's here. And what do?
I will defend the stars.
I don't think... Alright. I'm already abandoning my idea that I was going for with the one guy. So what I instead might just do is, if I get pretty lucky with my items, it may be a good idea to plan a comp around Ziggs, because Ziggs is actually quite strong right now and has the ability to carry. I mean, that's why this guy's using him the way that he is. So, hey, there's a reason for that. Wait, my Kazakh's got the kill, and that still happened. Why did my Kazakh's give me gold? I guess Graves could have killed him. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why that happened that way. But hey, I'll take it. I have no problem with that. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. Get rid of those guys. Put in some good front line here. And get us some rebel buff going. Ooh, that's a lag spike. I might even pull them a little bit further back, so that way any frontline units have to walk forward and that'll give Kha'Zix the ability to get some isolated damage off. So that might be pretty good. We'll see. Yasuo may have actually been a better call, in fact, the more I think about it. Because he has gotten some buffs, he's doing more damage now. But it's okay. I don't think that it's the biggest deal. But I might put him in place of Sona here pretty soon. And Trusty Ziggs is going ahead and ulting dead people. You can always count on Ziggs to do that. You know, I should actually be putting some items on people. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Kind of a big old oof on my part. I could have used that tier. Definitely could have used that tier. So everything I wanted is gone now. I'm just gonna take this spatula, see if there's something I can do with it. There's a number of things I potentially can use it for. So I think that might be a call worth making. And we just might contest that guy for some good old-fashioned Ziggs play. Put that on my Ziggs. Could put that on Malphite. Put this on Malphite. Or I could take that red buff and use it elsewhere too. Let's see how we do things from here. Kind of interesting because we do have some Blade Masters that we're holding on to. These actually can be used pretty well on a Rebel comp. That might be where we head. It's hard for me to really solidly move towards that. Even when Rebels were in their strongest place earlier in the patches. Ooh, yeah, that just killed my Ziggs outright. Fortunately, we are currently lose streaking, and as we've done as much damage as we did, means that we're taking minimal damage here. So I'm okay with that. I mean, it's not a great outcome, but I can live with it nonetheless. Let's see. We've got some frontline with these guys here. This is why I'm kind of holding on to them right now. And now we're 1 gold away here, which I can live with. I don't see us going into infiltrators. I mean, we have him, but he's the only infiltrator I think we're going to hold on to for a little while. We'll see. Kha'Zix is in the back line, causing mayhem, but this Poppy has some pretty good resistance stats. And then this Caitlyn's now going to be focusing us, so but we have 3 units coming in to attack. I'll end up winning this one here, which will mean that I get this gold to 20, and I lose my streaking moving forward. Okay. I've been holding on to this Lucian, thinking that I may end up putting him in. And now that we're here, I think that's what I'll end up doing here in a little bit. I don't know. We should be able to take this out because we are focusing these guys pretty well with how our units are attacking, which is a very, very good outcome. If we want, we can, let's see. Ooh, Nico's help. I haven't gotten one of those in a very long time. That's super good. So it ends up giving me the ability to duplicate one of the units I'm coming across. I'm going to sell my Shen here, buy there, add this in. Now I can put him in, I'm gonna back these units up again, and I'm gonna put red buff on Lucian here. And you know what? I may actually go back to holding on to Brawler. So if I get Blitzcrank, I do think I want to hold on to a Blitzcrank, because the thing about that is I can actually get the Blaster Brawler trait, which is really strong. And that may be the way to go from here. It's hard to tell, but I think that actually sounds like a good plan. Of course, we can also just go cybernetic. Yeah, we could do. I think I will do.
Let me take the lead. Let's get cracking.
Okay, so boom. We've got this. Let's go ahead and frontline some of these guys. Put him in like this. And we can hand to Justice on our Irelia there. And what we can get is the Infiltrator trait on her. So if we get a recurve bow, we can make her an Infiltrator, and then we can keep Kha'Zix and eventually trade Kha'Zix out for a different Infiltrator. But I think that'll be a really good way for us to play this out. Okay. Well, we have a solid plan now, guys. So we've got these units. And if I just put this belt here, then she gets to use her cybernetic, because cybernetic gives 350 health to people who are holding items, be it a component or a fully completed item. Does not matter. If they're holding this item, then they get the buff. Okay, I'm gonna sell him off. So I'm not gonna use him. I could hold on to Ziggs and potentially, well, I tell you what, if I win, then I know what I'm gonna do based upon how this goes. So I'm gonna do this. And then we can eventually put in Fiora and actually go for Blade Master here. I don't know. Interesting, interesting. But we're going into some Cybernetic and Blade Master and some Mana Reaver. Those are, and then that Brawler synergy we have for some of our frontlining tankiness, as well as very useful. So those are some of the aspects I'm kind of looking at, teching with, messing around with right now. And we could really use this recurve bow. So we got the recurve bow. We're going to end up putting that on Irelia here so that we can make her an Infiltrator, and she'll just hop right to the back line and start shredding them down. She'll have the Infiltrator buff, which will give her increased attack speed. Infiltrators gain attack speed for 6 seconds at the start of combat, and they refresh for every kill that you get, which is very useful. Now, I'm going to actually just leave this Cho'Gath in like this for the moment, because, as we've talked about before, it gives me the ability to have 6 units in, despite only supposed to be having 5 units in. But it also means I can't move anything around. Got to be happy with how my units look right there. But we're going to get this Kale, probably. Or we could actually get the because we could use Celestial. Alright, I'm gonna do this and this, because Celestial Blade Master is another really useful trait. And I don't know if I want the 3-star Kha'Zix, but if I get him, I'll take him. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure what I'm supposed to be doing from here. Kind of an interesting outcome. But I've gotten some very good units, which is something I'm not at all upset about. Okay. what we want to do, because we really want to get this Vi here. And if I end up... Okay. We'll kind of play things as we go along. But this Vi, we'll put back here. And take a look at some of the stuff the opponents have. That Blitzcrank is going to hook my Vi. Not really the worst. Who am I fighting here? That same guy I was looking at. So yeah, boom. Vi gets pulled back. And TF now focuses Vi because that's how the Blitzcrank's function works. When whoever Blitzcrank hooks, then the people around will actually change their targeting to attack the person he just hooked in. We've got Lucian here who's using red buff. He uses it extremely well. So that's very good. And I think we're going to push to level 6 here. I'm just going to do that right now. And I can put Kale in, which puts me 1 away from Blade. No, what I want to do is put Cassidon in, because that gives me Mana Reaver. Really useful here. Yeah, that is the plan. And the Infiltrator I want to go along with things is probably... I mean, I could use Fizz, I guess, or Echo. I don't know, if people start messing around with Irelia and Soul, then Echo kind of becomes more trouble than he's worth, because he's going to freeze everybody and we'll just be taking damage while all that happens. I don't mind the idea of putting Zephyr on my Vi. I might do that. We'll see if I need it here in this next fight. But I'm going to start also making my push to level 8. And then that puts this Vi in, which is not actually who I want to put in. What I want, I think, most right now is going to either be the Celestial buff or the Blaster buff. But I think Celestial is going to be the plan here. So what I'm going to do is get this Celestial here as soon as I can. And Ash, I think, is going to be the Celestial I'm going to go for, maybe. Yeah, I think that's going to be who I use, is Ash. Boom. I do that. I can put her right here. Not bad. And now I need to figure out... So I want the Vi in because I need some tankiness, I believe. Cho'Gath doesn't sound terrible. I just have to figure out what this composition ends up looking like. I'm not going to continue going for the 3-star Kha'Zix, so I'm going to sell him off right now. I need one more Lucian, which would be nice. I could use some Fioras if I really wanted to try and use that in my Blade Master setup. This guy's fairly strong with his units that he has here. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel a little lost in the best movements for me to take next. Because I just have a lot of options in how I can approach things from here. I'm going to hold on to Shaco and just push a little bit on levels. I can hit level 8 soon. Let's see if I need to Zephyr, because yeah, I'm going to Zephyr here. That'll get Darius, actually, is a really good person to have knocked up, and then my Infiltrators are doing a lot of good work for me there, and I appreciate that quite a bit. Now his 2 units are kind of, well, they're pretty much made useless there because they were CC'd that entire fight. Jinx is not really... I don't think I actually need Blade Master here. But I would really like having this Irelia to add into my comp, but I'm not going to get her. So instead, what I'm going to go for is this crit glove. So instead, what I'm going to go for is not that or that. Let's see. Let's get us a redemption. So we use this with the tier with the belt that I just got makes a redemption. And having it on Cassidon was something I was considering. So the fact that it was on Cassidon already is quite convenient, I've got to admit. Okay, so we're going to play this round out, see where things go from here. Depending on what happens, I can start looking for a few units after I've hit level 8. And see if I get something better than this Kha'Zix to put in. What I should be doing a little bit better is scouting too, to see just what it is I'm scared of. We got a Space Jam looking comp. We've got a couple of Darius run comps here. Celestial Protector Snipers, Blade Master Brawler. Yeah, quite a few good comps honestly, and this is a Kale comp that's doing quite a bit of damage to me. So, yeah, this is a... Let's see, QQ, he's the Blade Master. I was just looking at Blade Master Rebel. Not a bad synergy set. He's level 7, but I got more gold than him for sure. Xerath is a good champion. I just don't have a good way to run him right now. So now that I've done this, I can put this Kale in. And with the Kale, I can also add in eventually this guy. I'll go ahead and move some of this over. Like this. These two hop. Now the Kale actually need a little bit more forward so that she's not having to walk up. As it is right now, these guys are kind of set up in a way that made it so my Kale didn't have to do much walking. But in the event where she does have to do a bit of walking, then she's in a really bad spot. She's getting a little bit of damage off here, which is good because this guy's actually not done much damage or magic resist. He's mainly done armor. So having some good magic damage coming off of these champions is good, and then Lucian and his red buff is really useful here. And I really do like Thresh, but I just don't think he actually belongs here. I tried it earlier in one of our previous episodes, and it just wasn't actually a good idea. Let's see, so I need to turn one of these into something moving forward, and I'm not going to take this Fiora. This Cho'Gath will probably end up taking the place of...
This planet will be purged of criminal filth.
Okay. I sold that Ash, which is just too bad because of how that turned out. Ooh, this goes here, and that makes her a lot stronger. That's really, really a good find for us, honestly. Now we need to see if we can replace Kha'Zix like we just did there. Okay, perfect. Now that we've got that, I'm gonna sell off her. Okay, boom, boom. So we're looking to 3-star Caston possibly. These two are units that we could probably go for. We need one more of her, and this is gonna be a unit. It's a very tanky unit I can place into my comp in order to make it a lot better. So I need to find, and I'm kind of just slow rolling right now, but he makes some tankiness and gives me Blade Master, which is why I like him. Of course, if we find a Misfortune, I may just full push to level 9. Of course, the game doesn't really seem to want to give me Misfortune. Gangplank doesn't fit into my comp. And I could go Echo, I guess. It just depends if I feel like Shaco's letting me down. Okay, let's see here. Irelia is getting some good damage numbers, and she died pretty quick. My Shaco just died instantly last time. I have a feeling Shaco isn't going to be the play. I think I need to probably get rid of him. That's my guess. But I need my Kale to start doing something for me here, which now she's starting to get some of her waves of damage in, which is really good. Oh, come on, Kale, come on. Oh, I didn't think so. He's got a Seraph's and then another tier there. So there's an Irelia. That's really good. And my Irelia level up. Perfect. Okay. Let me see. There's Cho'Gath. I'm gonna get rid of Malphite. And I don't know. I could take out Shaco, which again, I'm not really against taking out Shaco here. And I either need to get my other Blade Master, which actually that's gonna be the thing that I want to do the most. I want to take out Shaco. I need to find, as well, I need to find a way to, and I don't want this guy, so perfect, that gives us the 30 gold breakpoint. I need to find one Kale, and I'll Nico's help the Kale. And that'll make her a Kale, the next level up of Kale. But right now I'm just going to wait until I get enough gold that I can just hard push to the next level there with gold. I want to get this GA if I can. If not, I'll, okay, yeah. GA, and then this Deathblade's another good one. And then that, yeah, I got the Deathblade now. Otherwise, I'd go for the Bloodthirster. But we're going to put this on our Irelia now. Make her just start doing oodles and oodles of damage. It'll be really good. You'll see. I'm kind of happy about that item that we found. So boom, now she has this on, which will be very, very nice. And all we're doing now is hoping that we find a single Kale to level her up, get the Nico's help on her, and then put in the Shen for some extra beef in the front line. We've got Vi a little bit back here to try and CC up somebody, because it's going to CC up the Poppy, which is really good actually, CCing the front line. In my experience, the front line is usually somebody that you want to CC pretty quickly, if you can, in a lot of instances, only because if you can find a way to control the front line, then their carries end up taking most of the damage at the beginning. Our Irelia took a lot of damage there too. Let's see. So this person's almost out, but they just lost. So they're not super scary. This Blade Master has 8 Blade Masters, which means he has what, 2 spatulas on? Yeah, Malphite Blade Master and a Fizz Blade Master. Interesting. The fact that he's found 2 Blade Masters is really crazy. I'll live with that. And it doesn't look like we're going to hit our Kassadin either, and that's fine. So on the next level, after this fight, win or lose, we do want to start looking towards leveling into level 9, but also, on top of wanting to level into level 9, we need to start looking for some champions. But we're going to wait till after Kayn, because he's going to be a free fight for us. We don't have to worry about our power level going into him, so we can kind of just sit back there. And this is that guy who's stacking the Ziggs, which was a thing I was talking about doing at the beginning there. So, as you can see with this guy doing it, that it is pretty useful. Let's see. this Death Blade actually gave us a good bit of value. The Gun Blade is not really something I was looking for, but it can go on Kale, so that's where I'm probably putting it. Makes the most sense to me. And once we get a Fizz level up, that's when we're taking out Shaco. Until then, we're going to leave him in. He has been doing some damage for us on some fights. It can just depend on what the enemy has as to how successful Shaco ends up being. Okay, here's some gold for us. Usually get 5 gold off of that. And Misfortune, if we can get Misfortune, I'm going to put that in there. I may actually, if I can find the Misfortune, consider putting her in place of... Oh, there she is. There's that. I'm actually going to do this for that. Put Gunblade on. Fully level here. And hold on to this. What I want to see is if this works and how well. Okay, perfect. Let's see who I need to worry about, because again, I'm not scouting like I should be, and that's not really something I should be letting slide. We almost had perfect synergy. We are very, very strong, and it's just a comp of what's been around. Not even really a comp that I'd ever seen too many people building, but we are just popping off with it, and I'm pretty happy about that, because this is kind of what I've been looking to accomplish with the learning I've been trying to do. Any upgrade we get from Misfortune we take, just hands down. I'm going to hold on to this Shaco in case I feel like my Irelia is becoming useless, because Infiltrator on her is nice, but if she isn't able to start getting her attack speed up from the Rebel or the Infiltrator buff, then it may just mean that I want to get her with an Infiltrator again. I've sold off all my Fizz, and I don't think I'm going to go for this. I'm going to focus, if I can, getting this buff, which I need to see if that's even possible with who has what. But see, we got our Blaster now, which is really, really nice, because having Blaster in makes the red buff on Lucian even better still. But we're just crazy strong now, guys. I'm pretty happy with this comp. It's just been a mess of whatever I can find and see what I can slap together, and that's what I've done and succeeded at. Okay, so this is that guy who I was worried about to begin with. This is that he has 9 Blade Masters now. Oh my goodness. 6 Celestials, which is a lot of healing, but the debuff I have coming in from Lucian is very useful. So there is that. Let's see. I don't really have anything, and then my Kale's gonna, or my Infiltrator is gonna pop back there on him. Let's see. This is the guy in last place right now. If I can take him out, then I think that I mean, if we can kill him, this is huge. So we're gonna be top 2 for sure. Boom. So now we just have to worry about this Kale here and this guy here. I don't know who's gonna be worse for us to take on. Blade Master Chrono, another Death Blade, or I mean, I don't have that trait, but oh, I just didn't know what I wanted. Too much indecision, and instead I just get this little health bar. Ooh, that was dumb of me, guys. So Blade Master in is just making Kale a lot stronger, as well as Irelia, which is why I'm gonna keep it. And we want this extra Misfortune. We're gonna hold on to some of these just to be able to trying to do stuff with them. But his Kale and okay, he'd put these two together back there. That alright, I need to position for that. Boom, there's my other misfortune. Okay. Alright. Almost didn't get the chance to move her because it didn't register my click. And then he moved it back over at the last second. Not a bad setup, but yeah, he knew what I was trying to do, and so he made sure I couldn't successfully do it as easily. Another gunblade, come on. Come on. Oh, it's not fun. These gunblades are just so trash, guys. Oh, I do not want this item. What does he get? He gets a frozen heart? Man, that's not the best, but it's much better than what I'm getting. Oh, wow. Okay, I think it's very likely that I end up putting a Shaco in. Okay. Do that. Man, I could not get these things to pick up and drag. That's so annoying. Oh, yeah. If I could have gotten them to pick up and drag, I'd have been in a much better spot, but I couldn't. That's why I lost there. I don't know why. They just, every time I clicked them, they wouldn't move. But, and then I started just rushing, and I eventually wasn't clicking them, so, hey. That's fine though. I'm happy with second place. I don't know why. I had a couple of just laggy instances, I think, that caused me some trouble. But nonetheless, hitting these consistent second places with these builds is good. I believe I should have gotten first place there, but I mean, I can't really change how that interacted. So, hey, whatever works, right? It was pretty cool of a setup, if you ask me. I'm happy with the turnout with it, and we can keep this up, and eventually we'll make our way up into at least diamond. So I'm gonna keep going with this. We're gonna see how far we can push it, but until next time, guys, bye.